Look down any major high street in Australia and what do you see? Luxury European fashion houses and the ubiquitous fast fashion brands we all know. But these days, you'll also see the upstarts looking to challenge for style supremacy. Balenciaga sneakers, Fear of God boots. Yeah, the concept of new luxury, it's exploding right now. But what does Australia's interpretation of it look like? My name's Adam Baidawi, and I'm a writer for GQ Australia. I've always been interested in style, especially the big ticket names I grew up looking at in the pages of GQ. But I'm also interested in the rise of Aussie design and where it comes from, because even though we might not be the most fashion forward of nations, we do have something pretty unique about us.
This is a new luxury. Alexander Wang, Stone Island, Stella McCartney.
We've got 35 men's stockers. Lane Crawford in Asia, we've got Selfridges in London, H. Lorenzo in LA.
Brands are increasingly blurring the lines between fashion, function and art by tossing out traditional concepts of luxury and replacing them with gender-fluid collections exhibited like museum pieces. Thanks to fast fashion, consumers can get versions of the latest designer looks for a fraction of the high-end ticket price. But the rise of cashed-up kids willing to pay more money for the real deal is resulting in a resurgence and desire for luxury fashion. And one of those desirable brands was established right here. Song for the Mute was started by Melvin Tanaya and Lyna out of their small apartment in Sydney back in 2010. Now, the brand touts customers like The Weeknd and Lupe Fiasco, amongst others.
I'm a firm believer of product is king. I think customers are more sensitive in terms of quality, in terms of fabric.
People are looking for that something special. There's so many, I guess, we call it fast-paced fashion, and I guess it's good to see that people are starting to appreciate clothes again and luxury is coming back.
What does Song for the Mute represent at its core?
We don't believe there's rules to fashion. Like you just feel it's right, then it's for you, So as unique as you think you are in the world, there's always someone out there experiencing the same thing. It always starts with the fabric, so 90% I think it's all exclusive and original to the brand. Yeah, So we try not to do too much. So the shapes are quite simple.
The buttons are all made in Japan. It's buffalo horn, and we've created our own shape.
So we worked with a Japanese jeweler as well. Like this one.
Oh, look at
That's
this.
also individually handmade. Some with silver, some with brass.
I mean, you're not going to see this fastening anywhere.
This is, it's the latest innovation from Japan. It's a cotton straw yarn that's been dipped in cognac, which is the alcohol.
Cognac.
Yeah, the alcohol. So we also do some sneakers. These are collaboration with KKTP, which is a friend of ours that also shows in Paris. He's based out of Shanghai. All Italian leather. We actually got The Weeknd to wear one of these.
The Weeknd?
Yeah, he actually bought it from our store in LA.
Oh, cool.
And he just posted the picture and we're like, wow, that's pretty cool. So we closed Australian Fashion Week maybe 2 years ago, I think. We had Lupe Fiasco that flew in just for the show, for the night. Man,
he's been a follower of the brand, actually. Yeah. He's the one who found us.
He bought the whole outfit to wear to the Grammys. And he's always a big believer of supporting, the homegrown kind of brand. So he contacted us, he wore the thing to the Grammys without even telling us, we didn't know.
So customers are drawn to the limited edition nature of their clothes as well as how they're made. New luxury seems to be a mix of simplicity, functionality and speciality. But luxury used to also be about service, because when you're spending this kind of money, details goddamn matter. Department stores like Harrolds, who have been around since 1985, have helped provide Australians with a physical outlet to buy luxury goods, stocking brands like Tom Ford and Gucci, as well as Australian designers like Strateus Carlucci and, you guessed it, Song for the Mute.
Carried brands now for close to 25 years. Brands like Caruso, Palzelleri, Brioni, Stefano RICCI, Tom Ford, Artioli are just some of the brands that we've carried. Luxury is all about an experience.
Yeah.
And experience also includes service. And that's something that Harrolds has based itself on for 32 years.
Okay, so we kind of covered off those heritage, traditional luxury brands that Harrolds has founded itself on. But down here in this contemporary section, I'm seeing Vetements, Givenchy, Kenzo. There's like a bit more of a streetwear-y influence down here.
This is our newest addition to the store. Alexander Wang, Stone Island, Stella McCartney.
So I'm seeing a lot of these kind of urban-inspired, big puffy bomber jackets. I'm seeing high-top leather sneakers. Is that what traditional luxury has kind of evolved into?
This is a new luxury, new demographic for us because our existing demographic was a classic gentleman.
Right.
Now we have anywhere from a 16-year-old high school student to an 80-year-old retired businessman and everyone in between. Brand like Vetman's, you know, it's not in every store around the world. They're very selective of which stockists they work with and how many pieces you can purchase. So it's not readily available
To everyone.
My favourite brand at the moment is probably Balenciaga. With the new creative director, Demna from Vetman's, breathe fresh life into the brand, doing some fantastic things on a contemporary side of luxury fashion. Luxury to me means quality in terms of service when you're in the store. When you touch the garments as well, they have to feel luxury. And of course, construction goes without saying. So the way the garments are put together, the fabrics that they use for whether it's sportswear or tailoring, that's what luxury is to me. The best of the best, the finest of the finest.
So we're starting to build a picture that the luxury industry, particularly in menswear, has changed a lot over the years, going from these heritage brands, these more forward-thinking contemporary brands. You know, Melbourne and especially the Collins Street district have a lot of tourist customers, right?
Yeah, we do. We have a lot of international customers come through, a lot from Asia, from Europe, and also UAE.
Australia's increasingly diverse and globalised millennial generation are more cashed up, more clued up than their elders. In the meantime, immigration from the US, Europe and Asia has seen a rise in retail figures on all fronts. That's the complex facts and figures. But what does it all mean? Aussies are more than ever before interested in buying luxury, and they have the means to do so. A younger generation is taking traditional notions of luxe and flipping them on their head. These new crop of designers are elevating tees, tracksuits, sports jackets to such a level of opulence that people are emptying their savings accounts and queuing up all night to get their hands on it. But hey, looking fresh, it comes at a price.